What's going on? We're back with another video. We want to thank God for allowing us to gather. Jehovah is his name. We should be thankful that we are sitting here to listen to the words that he is speaking through his son, Jesus Christ. We left off the beginning of chapter 5 from the book of John, and we're going to go ahead and dig into these beautiful teachings from the Messiah, Jesus Christ. Chapter 5, verse 1 from the book of John, and it reads, After these, and we know that after these, it was, if you look at verse 54 from chapter 4, says, This was now the second sign that Jesus did when he had come from Judah to Galilee. And what was the sign? The sign was that a child was sick, and Jesus had told the father to believe that he was gonna get better. And we know that everything happened according to the word. And that's really all you and I need to do. Just believe. Believe what you're reading right now. It's not my words. All I'm here is just to share with you that this is real, because I have been applying it. We know that we're not perfect, but Jehovah is merciful, that he sent his begotten son for us to find rest in him. Chapter 5, verse 1. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now, there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool in Aramaic called Bethesda, which has 5 roofed colonnades. In these lay a multitude of invalids, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had already been there a long time, he said to him, Do you want to be healed? The sick man answered him, Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up, and while I am gone, another steps down before me. So we can understand these writings a little better. So there was a pool, there was an area where the water would come, and by the faith of the people, that they believed that if the water touched them, then they believed that they were going to be healed. And there was people there, and we see a man for 38 years coming down and hoping, that somebody would take him to that, because he had faith that if the water touched him, he was going to be healed. Key word, faith. And obviously Jesus found out, Jesus saw that the man was being there for a long time. And I also want you to look at the fact that this man didn't approach him. Jesus approached him. Jesus is going to approach you. The Holy Spirit is going to let you know that it's time for you to pick up the Bible. It's time for you to listen to that family member that you need Jesus, that you need Jehovah. It's time for you to listen, to do the right thing, not to steal, not to lie, not to fornicate, not to love money. All these things that the world provides, that the world offers. Don't do it. Listen to that. He is approaching to you, letting you know, do you want to be healed? You and I know that all this is doing is just hurting you, making you more prideful, making you more hatred, giving you more anxieties, making you more of a liar, more of an ambitious person, envy, hate. Maybe you've been doing it for a long time. And you might find excuses saying, like this man here, nobody can take me. And when I try somebody, since I'm a slow person, somebody goes down there before me. You don't think that Jesus is going to act the same way? As long as you have that faith that he wants to change you, that faith that he will change you. Look what verse 8 says. Jesus said to him, "Get up, take up your bed, and walk." And at once the man was healed, and he took up his bed and walked. Now, that day was the Sabbath. You know, there was something traditional, the Sabbath. The Sabbath was a tradition day for the Jews that, according to the law of Moses, they were to keep that day as in not do anything. Not buy, not sell, not do anything. That day was to rest. Verse 10. So the Jews said to the man who had been healed, "It is the Sabbath, and it is not lawful for you to take up your bed." But he answered him, "The man who healed me, that man said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.'" They asked him, "Who is the man who said to you, 'Take up your bed and walk'?" Now the man who had been healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, as there was a crowd in the place. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "See, you are well." Jesus found him in the temple. "See, you are well." Look what he said after. "Sin no more." That nothing worse may happen to you. The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had healed him. And this was why the Jews were persecuting Jesus, because he was doing these things on the Sabbath. But Jesus answered them, "My Father is working until now, and I am working." So many things that we can learn from these writings. Number one, if I may break it down. Number one is that Jesus wants to heal you. All you need to do is have faith. Once you receive the reward of salvation, sin no more. Well, how am I gonna not sin when I'm not perfect? God sees your heart. What he's telling us here, do you want to continue to sin, or do you want to stop sinning? And he told us this because of how great God has been. Listen to this man's testimony. 38 years. 38 years. For how long you been dealing with something that you know is just killing you, and you need salvation, you need healing? Who made you different than this poor man? Aren't we all the same? Mind, heart, and soul? one God, Jehovah, who sent his Son to die for us so we may have salvation through him? Think about that. Number three, he's always working. He's always working.